Accountant meeting to order at 7:02. Like to thank everybody that's here, either remotely or in person. We will do the treasury report. Back in November, the balance of that, of the account that is, was $8,884.42. There was, part of the reason why it was that low was the GIA. We had put out $9,880 for half, quote unquote, half of the gravel that was put down. That came back in as a deposit, and for that amount, Nova was, they had deposits of $1,075 for, that would be for dues and memberships for the club. And then a deposit from Mary Ann's, is it Cross New Hampshire? Yep, Cross New Hampshire. What's the actual, it's Cross New
Cross New
Hampshire.
Hampshire Adventure Trail.
For $5,000, giving us a total deposit of $15,715. We did have some bills, $219 for PPE for the chainsaw. We also have a bill out for $9,000 with Chief Crushing for trail gravel, stamps for $37.80, GoDaddy for $42.34, Nova dues for $50. A bill from Home Depot for rail trail posts and 6x6 posts for the loop at $477.04. So the total bills are $9,826.18, giving us a new balance of $15,013.24. Of that, I hope that we would have a check before this, but of that, within a couple days, we'll have another deposit of about $9,500 for our GIA funds coming back to the club. Just waiting for the state to get to check that. So you could kind of add that in, but not really. Anybody have any questions on that part?
We'll be a little over 20,000 by the time. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, of course, I also have other bills that aren't in here.
Yeah.
That are. So far we have 55 memberships. We have 19 singles and 36 families. Again, those are, so the 19 singles will be at $25 each, 36 families are at $30. You want to get your trail master report while you're there?
Okay.
Okay. Just trying to keep it straight so I don't confuse myself.
Yeah. No, so as Mark said, we purchased posts. We purchased 24 by 4 by 10 posts to replace some of the broken 4x4 posts on the railroad bed. So we'll get those in at some point when the ground's quite frozen. We're still looking at a way to do it, whether we rent a post hole digger or somebody with a backhoe that can dig a hole. We did have somebody offer to dig holes when he gets his new tractor, I guess. So, yeah, we have that. We purchased 3 6x6 posts, put up the gates at the Samuel and John Elliott Loop. The goal was to buy one gate and put 3 posts, so if we have to shut one loop off, we can shut one loop off or the other, or just block both of them off at the same time. Still working on getting a gate, but everything else is
Yeah, just.
ready to go with that. Been working with Mark on the GIA application for this coming year. Looking to do gravel up in Hammerland. And I had tripled the amount of gravel that we put down last year. As a shooting point, whether we get approved for the whole thing or not, or.
That also, we'll have to reword that because the Figueroa Trails actually isn't grading this year, but the guy that I took, that's sending me the estimate or
Yeah.
for grading, they're gonna leave a line item in there, grading however many, you can do loads, I said, once you do cubic feet.
Yeah.
And because that way a load is X amount of cubic feet.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a separate line item, that way I can just have him do it when it's in there.
Yeah, but we're gonna try and do more than what we did last year.
Yeah, we actually I actually like that.
Yeah.
It's actually right by Cassidy's house.
There's some low dust, there's really no dust with it, and it seemed to hold up. Have you been out yet?
Yeah, I have. It's looked good.
Yeah.
You know, I was a little concerned what had happened over the winter, and especially the mud seasons. And I don't know about your house, but I think I've had 5 mud seasons this year. And I thought that, that might be tough on the surface, but I was amazed. And then when you go on to the other parts of the trail, it's wet, it's puddled, it's, still soft, all of that. So, we're not done with a full year of looking at it, but it seems to me so far, and I'm not an expert certainly, but I think, your experienced eyes would be good. Hearing that it was mitigating the dust issue was a big deal.
That's the other good thing about that is what you're riding on, not you, not complacent, but when you guys encounter it on TV, what you're riding on is literally cold. We don't like to do that to you, and if we can get rid of that.
You don't want to breathe it either.
No.
And the houses along the way, so, and I know it's kind of been an issue, with Figueroa Trails and everything, so just like put this stuff down and it's good.
Right, if you're ever on this trail, you want to be first, you don't want to be last guy.
Yeah. Yep, so we're gonna try and get more down anyways this year. We're gonna try and apply for our new tractor and mower, we talked about that in the fall. An enclosed cab tractor with a mower off the front, so we can reach over the banks and cut things back, because the state no longer has their boom mower, so they're not even, unless they contract it out, which Clint has plans to do this year, whether it's done or not.
I don't think you've got enough money in the budget.
Yeah, he budgeted, I think, 15,000. I got pricing from Hammer Down Construction to do the entire 19 miles, and it was like 25,000. So what he can get done, I'm not sure.
I think they only mow once every 3 years or something too, so.
Yeah, which is another reason we looked at getting the mower off the front, so we can at least get the bad spots every year.
Every year.
Easier that way.
Yeah.
It
Keep up with it.
Keeps up with it.
So that's kind of for the GIA application is what we're looking for. If we were to get approved for everything, the club's cost would be about $12,000
For the mower and.
for the mower, tractor, and all the other material.
Is that including the hard cap?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna kind of split or some, arrangement on
So
the match funding.
So what Clinton had talked to me about was possibly, so the grading, the gravel is paid for by the state, but the grading of the gravel is paid at, what is it, 90% now? So they changed it.
They changed it. I thought it was 60. Might be more than that. I don't know. Something gravel.
There's a cost to the club for the grading part of it, so I thought maybe we could work up that way, so you get your gravel that's paid for, but help us pay for the grading part of it.
Yeah.
So, and that's, and like I say, we can work that out somewhere down the line. So,
Have you chosen the areas that you?
no, actually, I was gonna talk to you
We can
about
work
doing what with that, because now that we, the club are grading, we, as we, the club is now grading, I can put gravel where we want, or we can do an entire section somewhere. And like I say, we can just pick and choose as I go.
Have you seen the area under the Bath Covered Bridge lately? Ooh,
There's quite a mud hole.
Oh,
on
it's,
that,
oh,
right?
now I remember where you are. There is a huge mud hole, and you can't really get around it except you gotta go almost to the top of the bridge, up and on your left, going this way.
Yeah.
That we're gonna be kind of careful of. We might have to add some, posting or something to bring that up.
yeah,
And it does flood, but it is what it is. Like I said, we can bring that trail up in that area, and if it does flood, we'll just have to put it back in. It's just
is
one
it
of those
kind of a
things.
yearly flood thing, or?
Well, this year, I don't think we're gonna get a flood, because we don't have any snow. That being said, that section in Bath, if we do get a flood, it does slide. The minute it does, we need to get pictures to Clint.
Well, I have pictures today, I went in there. And there's areas, I don't know if you, the washout where there's just big rocks left.
In,
It's all washed out.
under the bridge?
It's just,
Just before you get to the bridge.
just past the bridge, if you're leaving from here, just past.
For us, it would be
Yeah.
on this
So it's
side.
like the water came up over, before it went over the dam and went down the trail and took out the trail and dropped it off. I don't know if this happened recently or.
So, yeah, she's got
Oh, she's got
pictures.
pictures. She's got pictures of.
As you say, part of the GIA is the $10,000 for winter damage, which would help.
We have that, and that's why we're saying if it does happen to flood right there,
Yeah,
further up actually, then it's not much further up
and I did speak to Clint about those couple washouts,
there. Right.
because they've been there for a couple of years now. It's happened, so he was supposed to be talking with his supervisor to discuss the. Oh, wow, yeah,
This is new or something.
yeah, I haven't seen that, yeah, it's gonna be,
I'll take a look at it.
It's
that'll need some attention.
bad. So I'm standing kind of, bridges right on my back,
Oh,
Yeah, that'll need some work.
Yeah, I was wondering, I was over at Chief's Quarry the other day.
so is that up near the railroad bridge? Or is that down?
I'm standing almost right underneath the Bath Covered Bridge.
Yeah, so just before that picture is where it goes up, the road goes up.
Right.
When you get a minute, would you send that to me?
I will, yeah, and
Thank you
then
for that.
it kind of went, it turned, it went over the edge. Got down
Yeah,
in
if
there.
you would send both of those, because that's something I can.
I was,
Well, that's Riverbank, so fix the other ones before.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's a good reason to get those other ones fixed
Well,
too.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
is I mean, use those, because I get.
so I have the bridges, the covered bridge right behind me. I'm looking for it. Was the right, went down and turned around.
They're fixing
Come down from this. Sure, I saw it here, it looked like some of the brush was, in that direction.
Can you guys on Zoom hear us okay?
Christine, can you hear us?
Looking the other way.
Kinda?
Yes, I can. I can't see the picture though.
Now we can kind of hear you. We had you way down low for the volume. I apologize.
I can hear you, but I can't see her picture.
So, yeah, we'll obviously take a look at that.
Yes, we'll have to do that.
The other thing we looked at doing was trying to do the calcium chloride 3 times this year. I know in the past, Mark did it once last year with the new trailer. But we're gonna really try to shoot to get down to 3 times this year so we can really cut down on the dust along everything. And I think we're going to try the liquid calcium chloride this year versus the flakes and mixing it, so.
Yeah, if we can get some soon, great. If we can.
Yep.
Worry about it.
So I was thinking like early May, July, September, kind of.
Yeah, we can get it before, if we can get it before. So this trail is the only trail in New Hampshire that is wide enough for a side by side to go through. A larger side by side.
Year
Year round, that is. So we've been bombarded in the last couple of years, well, 3 years ago, really bad, because we were the only place that was open at all. everybody else, of course, we're open whether we have snow or not on that trail. But everybody else didn't want to open because of mud season. So since we're the only side by side friendly, we wanted to hold pretty much everybody riding the trail. So.
Yeah. Gonna try and get the loops graded out again before they open on the 23rd of May. We've been,
They do what they can, sometimes cannot,
yeah, it's depending on,
how deep it is.
although it hasn't been
As wet.
flooded this year either, so.
Um,
Mark and I have worked with Bath to open up some more trail, and I don't know if he's gonna talk about that or not.
Yep, it will be, but yeah.
Still working on getting permissions to the Streeter Pond Loop that I've been working on. I think with one or two more landowners, we can make that work. And then the only other thing I had was the signage in Hammerland, to do, at least pick one more loop that we can sign up there. And then at least put some signs for the Black Diamond trails that are up there, so people know that they are expert level trails, so you don't wanna get started down one of those trails and realize,
Decide, no, I
yeah.
don't feel like being.
yeah, so, yeah, that's what I had.
Cool. Any questions on any of that stuff? Okay. I'm gonna go with some old business, which we did kind of weird old new business. Sorry, we can put all business because it's easier.
Huh?
It says all business, but is it old business or is it all business?
Just all business,
Sure.
because
So, we talked about the tractor and the lane check mower. I want to touch on some stuff that Matt, and I had talked about before, but didn't get into that part of it. And I'm skipping way down to the bottom. There's a couple of different parades and things. One is the Lilac Festival Parade here in Lisbon. And then I was wondering if somebody wanted to do a Woodsville, well, do the Fourth of July parade. We can do a couple things, we can either put the tractor in with a trailer behind it, or we can all just ride on ATV, et cetera. It's pretty much open. Obviously, so I'm not sure when the Fourth of July parade is exactly for Woodsville, because I haven't done it yet. But, the Lilac Festival,
That's Memorial Day weekend, so it's Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. I don't know exactly that.
we'll put that out there anyway. We also would like to do, kind of beforehand, before trails open in May, end of May, we would like to do another trail parking and access cleanup. Sometime maybe the end of April, maybe beginning of May. The big one is always, as Marion saw last year, is the Ross and Shaw's parking, or Shaw's access, that is. We also would like to do the little parking lot across from the Jehovah's Witness. That one's always got a bunch of stuff in it, just the way things are. And then just tidy up both the Lisbon parking area, Wilton parking area, and Augie's. We can do them in different days, doesn't matter, but I would like to hit that, to get that before things start to grow. Luckily, we didn't have much bear stuff yet, near the trail, but,
I just have a question. The Lisbon parking area, is that the
it's,
place next to Julie's?
up on, well, that,
By the train station.
that technically isn't a parking area.
Okay,
It's up on top, but the same area though.
okay. So it's just a train station?
It's a train station, yeah.
Okay.
Central Street.
That's something that I could do with my folks, because
Oh, sure.
we just we'll just say we're gonna do that parking lot,
Yeah,
because it's easy for us.
yeah, you can easily get there, you could drive there with a car easily. I mean, all of these you can get to with a car in the parking areas, so if you want to, feel free to just holler and you can go. As far as, tags and things, so that there's some big one. So the other piece we didn't hit on was, I think we really want to do a trail map, since we've got enough where it's not just a rail trail straight from here to there that we used to have. We're gonna wind up having to at least in Hammerland, have a map in Hammerland. Hopefully we'll have a straight pond map. Obviously, they're all, right now, they're online anyway. Some of these guys are gonna be able to print ones, but I didn't know if, other clubs have sponsors for their maps. They have free basically to the person, but the sponsor technically pays for the map. So I'm just throwing that out there. I believe Alex Smith is. He's the president of Indigo's, I believe, but he is also, he's also an electronic ATV trail. So he sells it for, I think it's, if I remember correctly. But I don't know that for sure, so I don't want to speak out there.
I was gonna say, I've got the account set up for Ride, the Polaris Ride system, so I've got the Hammerland trails and the loops on the Polaris Ride app shut down right now, obviously, because they're closed. So once they open up, I'll go back and open them up. And I think I've got the main loop for Hammerland in there now. I did get the maps from Eric last year from his land surveyor that have all the trails mapped out, which is great. But there's no names on anything, so
Which,
it's trying to drive through and label them, and so it's just driving around up there and kind of marking out what trails names, which is what,
which is
because
good.
he's got them labeled, so most of them is.
Yeah, as long as he's got it labeled, we can just use his name, so then label him as you go.
Yeah.
So,
He likes to add trails like recreation.
yes, lots of things at a time. So the only other thing I have is, or I have two things actually. We have the club logo contest, which we actually did get one person.
Actually, I'll put it up on the screen so the people up
That's
there
okay.
can see it too.
Yeah, we had one logo contest entry. We're gonna go for a little while longer since now it's the actual season, and then we'll go and see what we wanna do. So
Oh,
that's,
nice.
those are
Yeah,
both,
those are the two that we had submitted.
and, so those are the two that we've had submitted. If somebody else wants to enter some, there is an email on the avatv.org site to send them. I believe there's an email address there. And then, like I say, we'll,
Yeah, I don't know, how do we gonna, I mean, we had it open for,
yeah, I know,
A while, so-
almost a while, so.
I mean, do we wanna try and take a vote on either one of those, or vote to just work with the girl that, or the lady that submitted it, and just, are we close, are we?
Those are beautiful.
You know,
Really.
totally different.
You did a really good job, so, obviously, both of them are on the trail system, you can literally see where they are.
Yeah.
I like them both. I mean, there's some things I'd like to have them possibly edit a little bit, which we have talked about, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my opinion, I like the one on the right with the red trestle bridge.
Yeah.
It's just not quite as, I don't wanna say cartoonish, but the one on the left has, I don't know, duller colors, or, the one on the right is just a little more realistic, I think.
Yeah.
And it's not stuck in a path, which is
Right.
not much bad,
And it's actually, is that bridge actually in that? So, I think it is. isn't
but,
it?
it might be, yeah,
But, yeah.
it probably is, but it's not the path covered bridge.
It's not, yeah, it's not iconic enough to
Yeah.
say it, so. All right, so I'll talk to them.
What's that? You like that one?
So I like them both, don't get me wrong. I like the other one, the one on the left if the colors were a little different in the ATV and a little.
Yeah,
in the
that,
back.
that light blue kind of throws it off for me a little bit.
But like I said, it's,
Anyone on the Zoom have any suggestions on those two?
I like the one on the right,
Christine said something on the right.
because you had the bath covered bridge in the last logo, didn't you?
Say that one more time, Christine.
Didn't the logo that's currently out there now, doesn't that have the bath covered bridge on it?
It does, yes.
So it's a change.
Change.
So,
Anything else? I don't remember anyone on there.
anyone else have another opinion? If you don't want to talk, you can type if you want.
I think both are excellent.
I guess the key would be to just to pick a design, and you can always change the font or change, the colors of the wording.
Right,
That's minor, but choosing which one of the two.
right.
This one?
There's two bridges.
Yeah, this one. Middle bridge. Yeah,
So on the right.
the right.
So Alan likes the one on the left over the UTV versus the quad. I believe it's what. Yeah. Do you want me to reach out to her? Or do you want me to
Yeah,
try?
just see what she thinks and we'll go from there. Then we'll watch.
I mean, so I know you had talked about the color, the light blue and that one. Maybe we can try and have her change the color palette in the water and then bring it back, or do we want to vote now on one or the other so we can go back there and make changes on that one?
I think since the majority likes
The one on the left.
this one, but maybe the font could be a little different, more, not so, I don't know. Fancy. It's clean and ATVs aren't clean. I don't know. It's just,
I like that answer. So, yeah, I mean, let's.
I do like Alan's idea of a UTV versus a four-wheeler, just because we are side-by-side friendly, we're one of the only ones that.
So the only other thing that we can do, or one of the other things we can do is, she's got that one, the quad on it. She can put a side by side there, and quad, and we do drill bikes, we can put.
Like a park.
Just park, they're parked there on something. Yeah, and if we could reach back out to her, just to see if we can do that.
Yeah, I'll reach back out to her.
And that way, that'll be good. So.
Yeah, I'll reach back out to her, see what her thoughts are and give her the feedback, and then we'll see what she has for, we'll bring it next month.
She's only been hanging out for what, 5 months?
Yeah. But I do think that either one of those is definitely better than what we currently have, so
And then,
that's,
and then after that, I mean, just give her, basically, so feedback wise, give us some choices and fonts. And then have her add a trail bike and switch to that. It could be that quad if she wants to. Just a trail bike and a side by side and a quad all the same.
so I can do that.
So that should be that, we'll get that taken care of. So only one other thing I have is, and I didn't get there either, is, Woodsville, we reached out to them because, people were trying to get to the rail restaurant and their trail ends, a couple thousand feet from the restaurant. Which people are riding there anyway, again. So what, I reached out to one of the precinct commissioners and basically he told us, or me, to get a petition and they'll figure it out. Going there. He was very open and open, he just needed somebody from the precinct side to say, yeah, let's do it.
Would you be able then to use the roadway
The roadways.
that turns to dirt and goes into the big parking
Yeah,
lot?
and the parking lot.
Yeah. The rail trail itself, I guess, goes down the grassy area. Is it? snowmobiles use that, but you
So-
can't.
So the rail trail itself, it does, the ATV use is just about from Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, so just
So
because.
just a little.
I just think for aesthetics too, just if we can use the pavement
That way we
from
don't-
there to the back, section, it's just,
Yeah, keeps it like a park.
yeah.
Yeah, that way we don't tear up what they've already got.
Right.
That, again, that petition, we have the forms made up, we haven't had a chance to get those out. So
Do you have a certain kind of speed limit that you would maintain on the road?
that
You know,
would, that would probably be 20 to 25. It's always, rule of thumb is 5 miles less than the proposed speed limit, which kind of makes no sense because you're gonna get killed. But, where that is, I wouldn't expect to.
We only have 25-mile-an-hour road anyways.
Where that is, I wouldn't expect to have any trouble for the town. It's not a state road, it's not a state crossing, so.
yeah, I guess maybe a speed limit would, if there's any residents that are concerned or something, they,
Yeah, I'm not sure there's anybody on that section, actually. Maybe they got the, as I call it, the drug house, but that was flag or something eventually. And a couple of people in there, so. Not too much, but they were looking at opening up everything, which is interesting, so. And that's what I had. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, do you want to pick a date for the cleaning exactly, or
Yes,
the cleanup dates? You said the end of April, I mean, April 29th, that weekend, or 22nd is actually Earth Day.
yeah, 22nd Earth Day. You.
But I know some people have, maybe go on that train if possible. 22nd and 29th as far as April goes.
The 22nd, 23rd worked for me that weekend.
Yeah, that actually works.
22nd, 23rd?
22nd, that weekend worked.
You want to say it's part of later in the day?
Didn't really even discuss the party with her yet. It's fine, we'll just work around it.
Yeah, so the 22nd, 23rd, we can try to do a couple different spots. Feel free to be earlier than that, Marianne, if you want
yeah,
to.
I'm probably good for the 23rd,
Yep.
because I have an event
Right.
to clean up on the other end of the Eminence again. So
Up
we have to
on
clean
up on
up,
the other end of that?
yeah, the new section,
Right,
you
yeah.
have to walk down there and.
But did you, there's still, I haven't been up that way, but do you know if there's still, as I call it, iron around, not the rails, but, we're having trouble with spikes and plates and stuff like that from when they pulled the rail. I didn't know if you
Yeah,
saw-
I've gone through and pulled a lot of that out. They did have one of those magnetic things to pull it up, but it didn't seem to get everything.
Yeah, well, it'll peel off a lot of it. But yeah, the more you do it, the more you get, as I call
Right, and every time I think it's graded, new ones come up.
it. So even now grading this rail trail, how long it's been since this one, I have, what, 10 or 12 railroad spikes at home that I found? You just find them.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm riding along and there's one,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta fix the orange snow fence at the bottom on the other side of the tunnel, kind of falling over, but at least nobody, snowmobiles
So
or
I just left it alone.
ATVs haven't touched it, so, which I was kind of shocked. I don't know if we need to do something more permanent there, or,
So maybe we'll, since we have enough posts, maybe we'll put some posts in there.
or just some wood across there, or something, just something a little more permanent.
What I thought was we put maybe we would put post in there and then get like a 3/4 dowel or something.
Yeah.
Drill a hole and down and just set it on there.
Yeah.
That way if somebody,
Yeah,
groomer or whatever, hits it, you know what I mean? That way it's not solid. I don't want anything solid.
all right, so we agreed April, do you want to do April 23rd, Sunday?
Third is good.
23rd? Sunday,
I gotta meet a guy, he's coming on the 22nd, just so you know, I gotta meet a guy on the 22nd. He has apparently a larger road grader than the state has. For an estimate.
okay, all right.
And there's two of those guys, so one of those guys is in Danville, I don't know what equipment he's got, he says I asked him if it was a road grader, he said, no, it's a parking lot grader.
Those aren't bad, because they're flat.
But it's,
Yeah.
what, I mean, you can move it, you know what I mean? One guy asked me how, because now the gates are closed, because he came after the gates are closed, how do I get through the gates? I said, I give you a key. Give the key, and I said, you can go through and open it, and if you're coming back through, cool. If you don't, I just told him to go through where you are, and then at night when you're done, close the gates behind you, and you should be fine. And like I say, I'll talk to him about doing the gravel at the same time, I'm gonna have him add a separate line on that place. Yeah.
We will pick a time for the 23rd. Nine.
9 works. So Jody and I planned on going to the pull off by the Joe Witness Hall. As Mary Ann saw last year, we could have spent days at some shows, easily.
I wonder if it's as bad this year.
I'm sure it is.
Really?
It seems like an never ending deal. The reason we're gonna go to the pull off is I can always go to the Shaw's parking lot side after, because it's close to it, we're pretty close to work and all
Yeah.
Knew that Cassidy and I can just go do that
Yeah.
ourselves.
that. Right,
You don't have to worry about it and you can just go
that's fine.
whatever. That way she can be outside. and-
The only other thing was I didn't do was we should talk about garbage grabbers, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, we need some garbage grabbers, Harbor Freight.
Just say, like,
Because I think our freight has something.
Yeah, they have,
I'm sure.
Cassidy said they do
Okay.
shoot out something.
We'll just purchase X amount of them, and 5 or 6, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll have them for every year, and put them away somewhere.
Yep.
So this would be at 9 o'clock for that Sunday, the 23rd.
Yep, so
And if-
those were, do you know where the pull off, we'll call it the pull off right across the driveway and somewhere? Right where that pull off is those guys will be there. I'll be at Shaw's. You guys can go wherever you feel.
Yeah, maybe we could start, Elizabeth, we could start right here and
Yeah.
work our way that way, or
Right
go
down that.
go that way. I figure if we could work toward you, you know, at some point we'll have to. Yep, the side going toward Littleton's
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be quite as bad, but
it's weird because like everything is on this end.
yeah.
And it is every year, and I don't know what's up, it's like, if they start in there and then they consume whatever, and now they consumed it, now, you know what I mean, but it doesn't seem to be that way. It's always on this end of it. But,
I'll try to do the rest of them beforehand so that it'll be done.
that sounds good.
I did try and open up, I asked the people that own the Harbor Freight building, so Styles Fuel is no longer open, so there's no gas in Littleton
That you can get.
that you can get to.
Hmm.
I talked to Eric, his, I'll say 5-year plan was to put fuel at his spot, but right now there's no fuel.
Mhm.
So I talked to the Harbor Freight, because I was trying to use the small section that goes behind the building so you can get to a couple of the gas stations,
Mhm.
and they do not want ATV traffic back there, so. I've talked with the police chief, if we can come up with something different.
Mhm.
I don't know, the problem is that road is so busy, you can't even, pop out and then go in.
Technically, that's a state road, right?
Yeah, but if the police chief's not gonna help back it, it's not.
No. Okay, well, we have to cross
So-
that bridge.
But just so everyone knows, there is no fuel in Littleton, no access to fuel.
So your closest fuel then is here in Lisbon and Woodsville.
Correct.
Okay, but once you go out there,
There's no, well, Eric was looking at opening up his food trailer, but as of right now, there's no food or gas.
I have a question. How is it working now that you have to get off the trail in Littleton and go down the road to get to, down?
Seems to be okay, everybody's kind of, you just gotta watch yourself, obviously, but, with 2-lane traffic or 2-sided traffic, it doesn't seem to be as bad.
So it's two-way on one side of the road?
No, go with the flow traffic.
Okay, one on each side. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing we might try and do is cut that guardrail back just a little bit,
Yeah,
because it does come, turning onto the road and going left to the parking lot is okay. Coming from the industrial park or the parking lot and trying to turn it on, that is a pretty sharp turn, so if we can cut the guardrail back a little bit, it might give us a little more room.
Especially with the wider ATV.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a four-seater and I have to kind of pull in and then back up and keep carrying it.
what is that, is there an actual entrance name to that at all?
An entrance name?
I mean, I know that's where the rumor used to come out of there, but I'll just,
It's the rail trail entrance on Industrial Park Road. I don't know.
I'll see if I can call the town and see what they have to say. Unless you feel like it.
I mean, I could send Bill.
Yeah.
See what it's
Just say, you know, you opened it, that's great, but can you move the guardrail back?
Section.
One section and then pull post. And then I've got enough gravel.
Yeah, Street, that's the town's there, anyway, right, so Billy Sargent.
Yeah, talk to Bill.
And I've got enough gravel in that budget that,
Yeah.
I'll just do it.
I'm sure I think we just goes for it one way.
Like I said, we'll just cook up a couple of folds and then so we can down pack it in. And then you won't have to worry about that anymore. To get in there.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? Anybody on Zoom up there have anything else they want to talk about?
Not me.
Nope.
Okay. So 7:44, we will adjourn this meeting.